My fellow Speed Nasty followers, it is 6 AM in the morning and it is day 17 here in Tokyo. I'm on my way to the train to go catch a train down to Fukuoka, which is about nearly 4 hours worth of travel. I'm going to go see Dan from WasabiCars. I've mentioned him a couple times in my Instagram stories. If you aren't following his YouTube, make sure you go follow his YouTube because he does some sick shit. Really cool stuff. He's also on Instagram called Kyushu Dan. I'll link that below. Like I say, he does some really cool stuff. So if you're not following him and you like old school Japanese cars and you like Japanese car spotting, check it out. It's cool stuff. So yeah, I'm on my way to the train now. It's really early in the morning. I've only had one coffee. I'm probably going to need another one. And I apologise I haven't done more vlogs. I know you guys wanted me to keep doing more vlogs instead of photography. But some days we just haven't been doing anything. Some days we've been really sick or really hungover. Because the alcohol here in Japan is amazing. It's so easy to drink and it's a bad thing. We drink too much of it. So we've just been in bed or we've just done boring stuff like going shopping and stuff like that. But today is an exception to that. I'm like I said, I'm off to Fukuoka to go to a meet called the Mojiko Retro meet. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce it. So we'll have to see how that goes. And I apologise, I keep swapping my hands back and forth with the gimbal because I keep having to put my phone out of my pocket and check where I'm going because it's like a 20-minute walk. So I'm just making sure I'm going the right way and I don't miss my train. Without any further ado, I suppose we should probably just get on with the video, hey? I should shut up and stop talking. Alright, let's do it. I'll see you guys in Fukuoka. This guy missed his stop and has to catch another train back. Luckily it was only like a 15-minute travel time, but and not an hour. Alright, so 2 Shinkansens and 2 local trains later, and I'm finally in the right spot. I can see the car meet from here. I'm just walking from the train station now to the car meet. It's a bunch of local retro cars, which should be really cool. I'm excited. That's a Civic, and there's a R34 GTR just over there, so that should be really cool if that works up, which it looks like it is. And I'll be meeting Dan there. So let's see, how do I get over there? Marys to this amazing piece of art right here. Look at that. Dan's running around like a headless chicken getting photos of some race cars that are coming in right now, which you can hear in the background. They're really, really cool. So I'm going to try and get some footage of them coming through as well. That would be really, really sick. And now I've lost Dan. I'm sure I'll find him. We'll see how we go. But it's awesome. And as I'm sure you guys will see in the video, there's just bucket loads and bucket loads and bucket loads of cars here that are just absolutely mental. It was worth the 4-hour train ride.
Everything about you. Everything about you.
Alright, so we've been wandering around for a little while now, having a look at some really cool cars. There's everything from Lamborghinis to, you know, GDRs, like old GDRs. I haven't seen a real Ken Mary yet. So we're gonna go see one in a minute. Apparently there's one here. Dan says most of them are actually replicas.
Yep, replica clones, absolutely.
Well, we're here anyway, so I'm sure that's probably very similar in Australia, but apparently what happens is a lot of the genuine ones get exported out, and whatever's left here tends to be very slim, of the older stuff anyway. So I'm learning a lot, which is really, really cool. So many cars I didn't even know existed, let alone they're popular. Oh, that's another one. Yeah. Spotted a cool little car, well, not cool little, it's quite big. What did you say it was again?
It is a Toyota Classic.
Yeah.
It has the 3Y engine, a four-cylinder 2-litre engine, but Toyota freaking...
It's a Toyota Hilux base. 4-wheel drive?
no, 2-wheel drive though.
2-wheel drive, so
Yeah.
front, rear.
And they just made 100 of these cars.
They made 100 of these.
Just 100, yeah. And we've seen 2 today, of course. So.
Cool. 2%. 2% of the population.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There you have it. So yeah, cars like that don't exist outside Japan, which is wild. I feel like they've got more variety here in Japan of cars than Australia does of importing cars.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure.
just Japanese models.
And I think there was a lot of variety at the point when they were first sold.
Yeah.
And all different versions. They had, like even Toyota or Nissan, they had multiple sales channels, so
Yep.
they were rebadged or slightly changed. A little bit sheet metal, grills were different.
Yeah.
So there's a great deal of variety. But then, as I said before, they keep crushing stuff.
Yeah.
And so what's left is only the desirable stuff, like
Right.
AE86s.
Yeah.
But every other of that generation does not exist, you know?
Yeah.
So they just get whittled down so
So like we're saying, the old Skyline, like KGPC,
KPGC
KPGC
110.
wagons.
Oh, so there's no K.
Oh, there's no, so GPC wagons. So what is it?
C10.
C10.
Which is just up here?
Yeah. On a temporary plate.
Yeah. Which is illegal. It's a big no-no.
I'll have to blow that one out so he doesn't get in trouble.
Oh, no, it's alright.
So you said a C10.
Okay. Yeah, so we've got a bunch of C10 Hakusuka generation
I'll just flip the
Skylines,
camera.
long nose GTs, 6-cylinder. But this one here. This one here is a short nose, got a 4-cylinder engine. Oh, Zen that was yes, sure. And of course the van body style. Now over the rear wheel arch there's that surf line, which is of course a famous signature part of the Skylines. Skylines. And almost sadly with the GTR they carved that out.
Oh, they did too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I love this line.
It's a cool line.
It is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't. It's right there on there, but they carved it
Yeah.
to have the bigger wheels, I suppose.
Yeah, but it's a really sweet element, and I've got to say, perhaps with the 2 doors it does look a bit better
Yeah.
carved out, but yeah, otherwise I like it.
I think it's cool. I think it's very cool. But then, of course, you've got, your holy grail of Skylines, basically the C10s,
Yeah.
and then GTRs.
I wish we could see under the bonnet because I'm thinking some of these have got the double overhead cam S20 engine.
Yep. None popped. There's one white one down there that's got its bonnet popped, but I don't know if
That's got
it's
an
a...
L series 6-cylinder engine. If you want to go heritage, check this out. It's a Prince Skyline. Oh, there's Skyline GTB, I think it is.
That's an old engine.
Yeah, man, G7 Prince engine.
Triple carbs.
Triple Weber carburetors, and a sweet sort of collector air filter, and of course later on with the S20 engine there on this side. But they're sweet looking engines.
Very cool. Very cool. Is it like the... what's it called? They are glow in the dark or backlit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Backlit number plates.
And early backlit. That's bonkers. I wonder if it's sort of a retrofitted sort of thing like that. That's really odd.
Cool. That's an early plate. So is that like the year?
Oh no.
Or it's just like the generation of plate?
Like you could almost say that. To be honest, it's a public event. I guess we can show it, but
Yeah.
otherwise we wouldn't. But single is like the oldest well, the oldest of modern times, right?
Yeah.
You could say that this is a one-owner car, or
Yep.
for some miraculous reason, it's been registered in the same prefecture
Yep.
constantly. So, but that's pretty unusual.
Yep.
And you'll notice that one's got 2. Again, this is old, but this is an older car, so
Yeah.
that's just odd. So I guess it was second or third owner, but a long time ago.
Yep.
The current owner's had it for a long, long time. As this one, this is a real GTR. I know the owner. He's around. He's got a real cool haircut. I don't know where he is, but that's got a real S20 engine.
Yeah.
Absolute stunning car. Again, he's had it forever. Clone Hakoska or Kanmari Skylines clones everywhere.
Everywhere?
Everywhere. Other than that, clones are not really big, I've got to say.
Yeah.
As we said before.
Yeah. So it's typically just the Kenmari and the Huxka
I
that
would
are
say predominantly.
really cloned.
Sure, there's going to be cases where they've
Oh, of course.
cloned something.
Someone's liked something and they couldn't obviously get the genuine model, so they clone it. But
But it's not big like in Australia. A GTS Monaro, everyone suddenly's got a GTS Monaro.
yeah,
That is rampant.
Or an SLR
But in
5000,
Japan, exactly.
yeah.
But in Japan, not so much.
that's clean. Very cool.
All right,
Very
let me
cool.
take you to a real special short nose.
Yep.
ハンドルがね難しいですよ。ハンドルもすごいし、ショーはね、本当か上手だよ。
This one's got a hell of a story too. Like, this was always an immaculate car.
Yeah.
And I don't know the timing of this, but let's just say 8, 9, 10 years ago,
Yeah.
this car was essentially totaled.
Right.
And it's been rebodied, but to look exactly how it used to look back that day.
Yeah.
So if you go to bumpay.net, as if you're gonna, but anyway, bumpay.net, Google it, and Google Google KC10.
KC10.
And there's the story there. They have the photos of it
Yep.
crashed, and it's been rebodied. I spoke to the owner.
Wow.
Who's, not about, but it really is a stunning car.
Well, that's like you said earlier. Typically, the only cars that survive are the ones that are really sought after. I noticed this obviously doesn't have the cutout, so it's not a GDR.
Absolutely.
Model.
Not only that, it's a different body up front.
Yeah. Oh, so when you said when it's rebodied,
No. So this is a short nose.
yep.
But compare that.
Oh, of course. Wow.
So this has got a 6-cylinder. This has got a 4-cylinder. It
Yep.
is a you can't fit this engine in.
Yeah, of course.
Well, unless you've got an awesome shoehorn.
Yeah.
And of course, this is a GT.
Yep.
6-cylinder. No GT badge. No badge here.
Yep.
Much shorter.
Yeah. Right. So you don't see many short nose Huxkas. And is that obviously, like you said, because they're not
Less desirable.
less sought after, so they just don't survive?
So firewall
Cool.
back.
Very cool.
Firewall back, same car.
Yep.
Long nose. GT badge. 6-cylinder engine.
Oh,
4-cylinder
right.
engine.
But with these ones, they actually kept the molding line on the back that we were talking about before.
Yeah,
Yep.
because it's a GT, not a GTR.
Ah.
GTR had it carved out, and then every clone they also carve it out.
Yep.
But this is
That's a shame.
GTX,
Yep.
luxury.
Cool.
Should have yellow GT badges.
Yep.
But yeah, it should keep that surf line
And then this one's super rare, although not as sought after.
because garden variety.
Yeah. Very cool. Welcome to Japan, where garden variety is rarer than supercar variety. That's cool. Real Kenmari.
GTR, perhaps, I don't know. GT, rear
Yep.
surf line. This one here belongs to Mr. Inoue son.
Yeah.
He has had it for a while. Under the bonnet, it's signed by Sakura Shinichi, I think is the name, who was the guy behind the GTR from Prince Motors into Nissan Motors. And the car is absolutely spectacular.
It looks immaculate.
One particular quirk about this one, the body is stamped 2-3, then the 2 is crossed out and there's a 5. So they've changed the order in the build. So Kenmari GTRs start at 51.
Wow.
So the 2's been stamped and there's a Datsun symbol above it, and then they've changed it to 5. So it's 53. It's a third in the production run, this one.
It's the third ever production
Yeah.
Kenmari GDR.
Yep. Of 197.
Wow.
So
there's less than 200 of them.
yeah, that's why they're the most sought after.
Ah.
So from 51 to 245,
Yep.
which is 195. There were 2 others. I think a racing one doesn't have a serial number.
Yep.
And there's one other, I don't know, doesn't have a serial number. So just those 2.
Yeah. Like a show proof concepts.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
There could have been non-production prototypes previously, but that's the information I got.
Yeah. Cool.
My Japanese is not that good.
That's all good.
Oh, check this out, man. This is one of the first refrigerated trucks in Kyushu.
Yep.
And check it out, man. It's a reefer service. It sounds like Uber for drugs.
Yeah.
Check it out. Reefer. But this actually refers to frozen goods,
Right.
not green
Yep.
leafy stuff.
Yep. That's cool.
And it's parked down the road from my house in Saga Prefecture, by the way.
Right. You get to see it all the time.
Yeah, they've got it encased in glass, man.
Wow.
It's a museum piece.
More 240s, 260s than I've ever seen in Australia. And coming up to something really, really special here, as Dan was telling me earlier, this orange one.
Yeah, man, so this is a 432. It's got the S20, legendary S20 engine. 4 stands for 4 valves per cylinder, I think. 3 stands for 3 carburetors, 2 double overhead cam.
Yep.
That's those numbers. But this one is the R. So this one here, they made a couple of hundred of them.
Yep.
Really lightweight, high-performing engine.
Yep.
This one is like the lightweight version of that. I mean, off the top of my head, they maybe made 20 or something like that.
Wow.
Fiberglass hood.
So genuine fiberglass hood.
Yep. A bunch of things. See, this is acrylic.
So acrylic instead of so like plexiglass.
Absolutely.
Yep.
This is the original one. This one here was put in by the previous owner, so it's not the original glass.
Yep.
It's glass. Right? It should be Perspex.
Yep.
And this one here is Perspex put in by the current owner. This is super nerdy. Who gives
Yep.
a rat's about this? But anyway, and the fuel tank has a large capacity fuel tank.
Yep.
60 litre, 100.
So it's like the race version.
Absolutely.
Yep.
The spare tyre should fit down there,
Right.
but they've put the false floor, another floor in.
Yep.
So high capacity fuel, no space for the spare.
Yep.
It's down there, right?
Yep. Right. So it would sit under there. Yeah.
So
Cool.
It's truly is a modified car here. There was an ignition here,
Yep.
but they've taken it out. It's completely inconvenient to have it there.
Yeah.
So he's put it back here.
Yeah.
Or a previous owner put it back here. But it is indeed the most original. There was no heater, but a previous owner put that in.
Yep.
Guess what? In Japan, it's cold in winter.
Yep.
Need a heater.
It's damn cold in winter here.
You know, can't really complain too much. But
That's
this
really
is a
cool.
really rare special car.
That is almost about as original as you're going to get these days. Really.
Unless it's been rebuilt.
Yeah.
He said when he got it, it had 100,000 Ks on the clock.
Backlit plates again?
No.
No, they're just a.
Is that a fudge? Oh, no, that's bummed me out, man. And he's put on 40,000 since then.
Yep.
Any questions, people?
If you got any questions, go hit up Dan's channel, WasabiCars. I've done a couple of shout outs before, but seriously, go check it out. Some really cool stuff. Very cool stuff.
This is, again, really nerdy. They've got a gas stay here, right?
Yeah.
But this one was the lightweight version, so this has been retrofitted.
Mm.
And there was like a, just, you know, like when you open the bonnet and there's like a little stand?
Yeah, just
That's
a
how
stick.
this one used to be.
Wow. So, like, pretty much all expenses spared. Like, yeah. Anything that wasn't necessary wasn't put in.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I forget, this has been taken away, the air vent, so they've moved
Oh.
it here.
Right. Any particular reason for that? Is that like lightweight, or not sure?
I don't know the specifics, but
Yeah.
I know you need it so you don't pop your ears, so you can close the door properly.
Yeah. So the door's actually closed properly. Well, there you go. Fun facts. Cool.
Is this cool, man?
I am hungry as.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what.
Let's grab some food.
It's better not to talk at all, is my advice.
Alright, so it is the end of the day, and I am probably really sunburnt because I refused sunscreen. But Dan, being the smart man that he is, used sunscreen.
I did.
So it's been an awesome day from all the footage that you guys have probably already seen. Apparently this is a slow one. This isn't even a good, it's good, but it's like been better apparently.
7.5 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10.
That's good. That's good.
So I want to see what a 10 out of 10 is. A 10 out of 10 would be phenomenal. But if you haven't already, I keep saying this, but you need to go check out Dan's channel. Dan. WasabiCars on YouTube, and Kyushu Dan on Instagram.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah,
I did, yes.
Kyushu Dan on Instagram. I'll put all the links down below. Because he does some really, really cool stuff on some really older generation, like Japanese classics, which is really cool. A car's just started up. Oh, it's a motorbike. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. It's been a big day. I'm wrecked. I keep calling cars the wrong thing, and Dan's calling me out on it, so I need to stop calling cars the wrong thing and get some sleep. So I will see you guys soon. I want to get this video out as soon as possible, but I want you guys to let me know what you want to see. So let me know below. Send us a message to the page if you want to see something specific, and I'll do my best to get there before the end of the month. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, stay nasty.